First of all, we don't know if it's a 4 or 5. I would assume that it's Zayat's playing him because it kind of goes into the idea what he likes to do. Get a tree and protect the tower. Get a coddle, protect the tower. Get the stacks in between. And then just stay and make sure that the OD can get close with his meteor hammer. And you make sure that that the tower doesn't fall for a very long time. He also doesn't show himself, which is very important playing against the Spirit Breaker. You need a hero that doesn't show himself that can push out lanes, and the Coddle fills that role. But before we see someone that goes really well with him, like an Ember Spirit, like let's say a Bristleback, given that it's not a hero that's being played a lot, but you get the idea. Then we don't really know who he's gonna be playing with once the fighting does start. But HYDRA, it looks like they're gonna be going for their pattern, right? Stack, push out, stack, push out, and then when we get a little bit ahead of our enemies, then just run in, given that these heroes, they can fight pretty much at any point in time.
Yeah, if you're a veteran Dota viewer who's been taking a bit of a break and came back, this Coddle no longer counters the Medusa, so you're like 3 years behind. That would have been very controversial to go like, hey, I'm just going to pick this Medusa up to Coddle. Oh, wait, he has Mana Leak, right? That stuns and all that stuff. Remember those times? Such a broken-ass spell. Damn, that was annoying.
Yeah, especially if you would put the Terrorize and the potential X to move the Medusa around, given that it is a hero that kind of stands his ground. But overall, in terms of fights, I think that HYDRA are gonna have to be running in and out in this one, because Fantastic Five, if they stand their ground, if they catch someone, that hero, he's just gone. Look at these heroes.
Yeah.
The damage from the OD is high. The Medusa, when she gets farmed, these two supports, they want to be fighting constantly. But HYDRA, if they go in and out, if the boat actually gets used, then it's where Fantastic Five are going to be lacking the damage. And I'm looking at HYDRA, and I'm thinking, how do you deal with this Tombstone? And they might need to find a way, or those fights, sure, you have the idea of how you want to go about them, but it's still not easy. And there's the hero that deals with the Medusa, that deals with the Undying, that pretty much is good against everyone on the side of Fantastic Five, except maybe the Spirit Breaker, but he is dealt with from the Dark Willow side.
Yeah, the Spirit Breaker definitely looks like a good pick for Fantastic Five, because if this OD were to go off lane, if this OD were to be mid, this Spirit Breaker definitely enables OD a lot, because you're not a tanky initiator type hero, and if you don't have this pause 4 that goes in, kind of like talking about like Earth Spirit, Earth Shaker, Spirit Breaker types of heroes, your potential is kind of taken away. But when you have this hero added into the lineup, you have a secondary way of dealing with your opponents, getting more vision, getting more control into fights, and that helps the Medusa. That also helps the Undying, and whatever this last pick is going to be, which potentially is not necessarily a Phantom Lancer counter, I would kind of like to see something like another stun into this lineup for Fantastic Five, because we're already looking at a bit of nuke on the OD. We've got our late game potential carry here with the Medusa and heavy damage from there. The sustainability from the Undying, the initiation from the Spirit Breaker, that I would still like to have something more, because you want to either, one, get more burst damage, blow up the Dark Willow and the Coddle on the back line, or have more control so that this PL will have a harder time focusing the Medusa down.
That's true. That's actually could be the approach, but I'd go different route from the Fantastic Five. I think now you have to ban out the Lesh, just because the amount of stand your ground type of heroes that Fantastic Five has is insane. And let's say even if they're like 3-4k behind, if they are standing in front with the Medusa, if they have one more hero there next to her that can do massive amounts of damage, how are you gonna run into them? How are you gonna run into the OD, into the Undying? There's always the save, there's always the Tombstone, and you really don't want to be doing it despite having good initiation. So again, you want to be going in and out. So I think heavy damage from Fantastic Five is something that they should be looking at, because when HYDRA, they get a little bit too deep, that they die. And I would get rid of the Lash, given that it's a natural counter to the PL, and of course, there it is. It pushes down towers fast as well, which is important for Fantastic Five. But they have an idea what they'll go for, and it's a puck, which
well, there's the
I'm
burst.
not so sure. Yeah, that is the burst.
A bit of burst, bit of control. I do want to still mention a quick thing about the Coddle. This is the first Coddle pick of the DPC for for Eastern European Division 2. Completely uncontested so far. No bans, no picks. So that's a first caudal of the tournament.
Hurry.
So what do you think? Are we going to be seeing a maxed Spirit Lance? I haven't seen that one for a very long time, but it is the combo that used to be played. It would be really fun to see it. And HYDRA will go for a Void Spirit, a hero that the Puck hates playing against, but then again, so does the Void Spirit hate playing against the Puck. It's going to put Blizzy on the Kunkka, which I think is not going to be the easiest lane for him on the against the Medusa and the Undying.
Yeah, well, so, to jump on your original question, I would kind of like to see the Aether Lens build on this Phantom Lancer just to be able to get the spears thrown out, because it does hinder the potential of Fantastic 5 heroes. It gives you the vision that Kunkka needs, that Coddle also kind of needs, and Void Spirit to see where the opponents are. So I would like to see the Aether Lens Max Spirit Lance build here on the Phantom Lancer. I would.
Yeah, I think that's actually going to be something that he does along the line. Of course, you're going to see the Diffusal first, maybe a Manta, and then he goes for a Shard and the Aether Lens, or possibly the whole Octarine Core. And that's why I'm not so fond of the Puck, because you can't kill the illusions that fast. If they start coming out, sure, the OD can do some damage, the Medusa does some AoE, but once your mana starts getting low, then HYDRA can find their initiations. And with this Void Spirit, they actually have the burst to bring people down. They have the catch to catch the Puck, and they're gonna have infinite resources. And the dive potential from Fantastic 5, you could say, okay, we have a Puck, we have a Spirit Breaker, but against the Dark Willow, that Spirit Breaker is not going anywhere. So I really wanted to see a bit more AoE damage. The Puck does give a little bit of it, but I'm not sure it's enough, so I'm gonna have to be leaning HYDRA in this one.
Well, we're going to have to wait and see what unfolds in this game, as Fantastic 5 and HYDRA. Our first best of 3 are our only best of 3 from the Division 2 series for the day. We do have Division 1 kicking right after this series, so there's a lot of Dota to watch today. Hopefully all of you are excited for it, because Division 1 has also got its perks, but we're here for the real Dota, the real brawling Dota, which everybody loves to see. And obviously for HYDRA, important game, important series. For them, another victory still keeps them in the race for Division 1, because right now it's 3 teams sharing that possible spot. And out of those 3 teams, all of these 3 teams are from the open qualifier who are sharing number 1. That's a statement.
Yeah, it definitely is. And HYDRA CIS rejects, they've really been playing amazingly well. HYDRA, they did drop the ball against V Gaming, but overall, when you look at the draft, yeah, that definitely was. But when you look at their draft, it's again not the easiest thing to do. You have to be very careful of how you approach. So the way that I'm seeing Fantastic 5 possibly winning this one, they have a solid lane performance, which they should have. You know, their side lanes are looking okay. The Puck versus the Void Spirit is a bit Void Spirit favored, but Puck is not going to be shut down by any means. And then you have these heroes that if you get together and if you get on top of the supports, if you start diving like a madman while the PL isn't ready, then you're going to be crushing them. But I think once Dream gets his Diffusal Blade, that's when it actually becomes dangerous. So I'm looking at Fantastic 5 to be very, very aggressive before HYDRA can get themselves together, start pushing out the waves and get themselves good vision and position around the map. And considering that Fantastic 5, they don't stack a lot, which with the Medusa might not be the best thing, but in this kind of a situation, I think brawling is the best possible way where you can approach the game.
Yeah, I agree. That would fit their gameplay style that they've done so far, because when you compare the stat that we talked about in the draft, comparing these 2 teams, where HYDRA is more farm-focused, where they want to get their heroes online through hitting creeps, Fantastic 5 plays for aggression, plays for lane dominance, and I feel like you have these lane-winning heroes in your lineup. We're looking at Spirit Breaker, Undying. These are both heroes who are really focused on winning the lane for your cores and opening up the game from there. Downside is you don't really have much pushing power, do you? The only hero that properly hits creeps is the Medusa, and Medusa's not going to be online for at least 20 minutes, 19 minutes even, until you get like at least something out of this hero. So there's a lot in the hands of Fantastic 5 of hunting heroes, getting kills so that they can actually poke towers.
And I think that's the main idea here that the HYDRA are going to be going for. So it comes down to, are Fantastic Five going to be forcing out those brawls, or if HYDRA are going to be pushing out the waves, which their heroes are really good at doing. Look at them. Kunkka, Void Spirit, the Keeper of the Light. They're just amazing at doing it, and pretty much without any threat of being caught. And Fantastic Five, they need that early Meteor Hammer. They need the towers to fall, but when the lanes are always in your face and you don't have much to do, it's going to be a tough thing to execute. And already we're seeing on the bottom lane that the Undying is taking some damage, and HYDRA, they pulled the lane back. A bit of a mistake from Realm, blocking the creeps a bit too much.
Yeah, he's also been throwing his snake onto the creep wave to get his mana pool up, because he's also getting a bit of poke here from Blizzy with the Tidebringer. He's always going to have to pop his shield, his mana shield on to soak up some of the damage from the Tidebringer. So he needs to counteract the aggressiveness of the Tidebringer by using the Mr. Snake on the creep wave too. So that kind of counteracts as well where the lane tranquility is going to be, or sorry, the lane equilibrium is going to be. I always mix the two words together. I want to talk about lane being a very tranquil place, you know, hitting creeps, getting farm, you know, building your dosh. You've got this nice, calm, classical music playing in the background. And then you have this hero like Kunkka, who's just like got this super heavy death metal music playing in the background. He's just hacking his sword and slashing everybody to death.
That's pretty much how it does go. Medusa wants it all nice and tranquil, and you have really a guy that's just super annoying. But Fantastic Five, they're dealing with it well, and looking at the CS, their PL is really struggling. So this is something that you do expect from the Keeper of the Light to keep pushing out the waves. So Zayats is definitely not helping his PL with the farm. But again, their idea not to win the lanes, their idea is to not give up towers. But I still think that this is a big difference. It's 8 CS on the PL. We talked about him needing a relatively fast diffusal blaze. Yeah, it's definitely slowing him down. And it's not going to get any easier, to be honest here, though. Vazia is taking some damage.
Yeah, I think this is something that's going on in their comms right now. That Dream, now that they push to level 3, is let's start playing this lane a bit more aggressively. While we do get actually first blood in the bot lane picked up by the Undying onto the Shadow Realm's Willow. But that's the opener, at least for the bot lane. But still about this top lane. Now you can really see that Zayats and Dream focusing on pushing the lane, shoving it into the eyes of the OD, because the OD can't really deal with a lot of creeps at the same time too. So this might just be a plan to open up PL's game again, which wasn't great at the early 2 levels.
It's push in, pull, though the Spirit Breaker is one of the best heroes. And look at him, he got the boots. I mean, it is an item that you usually do see on the Spirit Breaker early on, but he understood that he's going to be playing around his enemies quite a lot with the pulls, and the boots allows you to do that. There's absolutely no kill potential on him.
Look at this.
Still running into the Illuminate.
A lot of early damage as well on both of these heroes, and this is what this Spirit Breaker really provides. Zayat's taking a lot of damage there. No double bash though. Dream also pops his salve to get some extra healing in, but nice pressure here from this Spirit Breaker. Even intercepts with this creep wave a little bit here. He could kill the Caudal here. One lucky bash is all he needs. One more hit to go. Can he get it? Gets slowed down by the Spirit Lance. And this Caudal's just going to make a run for it. No hits from Lopez, gets slowed by the Spirit Lance. No lucky bash twice in a row. It doesn't work out.
Yeah, Keeper of the Light just having a fast steed there. Not going to be allowed to die. He actually got his boots delivered a second ago. So even if he didn't have them, 340 versus 330 movement speed, that was what it was. And I still think he wouldn't have been able to catch up to him. But either way, it shows that HYDRA, when they use their spells on this top lane, they very early on get out of gas, right? And look at this. The OD is level 5. Dream is level 3. Sure, he's going to be getting 4 relatively soon.
Gold. Yep, he's down. That's a coil used, everything connects, all the spells hit, all the damage goes out, Void can't do much.
This isn't something that should happen. You have the infused raindrops, you need to be keeping yourself relatively high up in HP. That's without the rotation. Usually the Puck would ask for a rotation just before he hits level 6, but he gets a solo kill. And on the top lane, again, Fantastic Five are going to be aggressive.
They love the pressure at least. Dream comes out of this one, Lopez almost gets that right click through. And that's another salve. Wait, no. He salved the illusion.
That's a bait so that Lopez wouldn't know which is the real one.
Yeah, I don't know about that one, Harry. I don't know about that one. But definitely a big brain play. Meanwhile, Blizzy gets a kill on Deira. There was a DD rune also picked up by Ascol. Let's see if the Void wants to use it. But PL is going to have to passively heal himself up now next to the easy camp. It's a bit of an awkward misclick.
I have to say, HYDRA, they did an awesome job in this bottom lane. That is something that I didn't expect. The Kunkka usually does struggle, but I think it came down to a mistake coming out from Fantastic 5 of them allowing the first wave to go into their tower. They aren't gonna allow the tower to fall, and they want to stay in the laning phase.
Bonk. The base of the Caudle. A lot of damage for a hero with not that much HP. Easy kill. Can they get another 1-3 seconds for the prison? Maybe a bit too far away for Vazia, but this newcomer, you could almost say, for Fantastic 5, Vazia, the wild card. I think he's doing everything correct so far, at least in terms of an OD laning stage. But I don't think we can still say too much about this guy. I'm excited to see if this guy's going to be pulling out maybe 2-man Meteor Hammer stunts, somebody that no OD has ever done in the history of Dota.
He might be just that good to force HYDRA to run into the Meteor Hammer, but a smoke coming out from HYDRA, they know they need to do something, and Realm is actually gonna be caught here if he gets X'd up. That is a dead Medusa without the ulti. This is not good for HYDRA. It's the worst possible way for the smoke to break, and now even with that, okay.
Dire's middle tower is being attacked.
Okay, Asgold,
safety distance is there, but they're gonna go for the jump anyway. A lot of damage onto the Medusa. Mana burn is out there, and it's gonna be enough. He does have to use both of his charges for it. While Caudle is killed in top, Kunkka also getting the control onto this Undying, so it looks to be a 2-for-1. Deira doesn't have that many directions to run to. Blizzy throws in the Tidebringer. Make that 2 kills for HYDRA, only at the cost of losing a Caudle.
And the Caudle is still somewhat protecting the top tower, right? It's not the ideal scenario, but at least it's not dying that fast. And they're gonna rotate the Medusa to the top lane. They need that tower dead. They're pretty much aware of this one, and with the Void Spirit not using his TP to the bottom lane, with the Kunkka having his TP for the top, I'm not sure this is gonna be the easiest thing for Fantastic 5. If they want, HYDRA could defend this, but look at the positioning of Locas. He wants this tower so bad. They brought 4 heroes, and I think now HYDRA, if they would come, it would be disastrous for them.
Science is there. Ta-da! The charge again from the Spirit Breaker. Double bash. Doesn't make it a triple though. Or charge bash into a bash. And that's also a tower down. Blizzy also finishes the tier 1 from the bot lane, making it a tower trade for both teams. And could actually even look at net worth at this stage, and I don't think there's any surprise that Kunkka, despite being +3, is the one to lead the charts, because, you know, Kunkka does Kunkka things easily. One of the best farmers in the early levels. Followed up by 3 heroes from Fantastic 5, so without any stacks and with a Medusa in your team, that's not too bad.
Yeah, that's actually quite solid, and I like the item that Blizzy went for. He went for the hood, so he understands that he's gonna be the one in front. He wants to survive the damage of the enemy so that they can re-engage again on the side of HYDRA. If he uses the boat, if the Ram is there, this Kunkka is not dying. There's just not enough damage on the side of Fantastic 5.
Yeah, when you're really looking at this lineup on paper, Kunkka's the only frontliner you have in this team, except for PL when he's got Heart and Manta and Butterfly and like really big items.
Locas now without a point in Bulldoze. I think he's going to be regretting that one for sure. Going absolutely nowhere. Or?
So saving the Shadow Realm for a bit. Meanwhile, OD uses everything for, again, another Caudle kill. That's 3 deaths for Zayats. And I agree. Maybe that 1 point of Bulldoze could have done something good for the Spirit Breaker, but still nowhere to run, nowhere to go, nowhere to hide. 5-4. Still pretty even game, at least in terms of kills. And I think the most even, well, the biggest factor is if you compare the carries. Medusa 4.6, PL 3.5. PL is behind. He's going to get charged in mid by Locas. He's got the ulti as well. Quick kill. Maybe even too easy. More.
I think this game now comes down to it. If this Medusa can get her items up before the PL is ready to fight, they could actually be stronger.
Straight up brawl, because they have the tombstone down. I mean, it's giving vision all around. Malrine, he's got nowhere to go. He doesn't even have his orb ready. So they're gonna lose the puck. Zayat's getting pushed around, getting bashed again. Nice blinding light onto several heroes. Vazia's not hitting, he's missing. And the charge from Lopez will do it, but Dream, oh, we talked about the PL being behind in gold. Well, he just covered himself 800 gold from this team fight. He's up to 4.3. They keep the tower up. That's success for HYDRA.
And this is literally Blizz's item winning. Literally him running into all of the heroes, the tombstone going super long, a lot of zombies there, and they don't do anything because the Kunkka doesn't take a single damage point. Then they try to go for the supports, but even that doesn't work out. And Fantastic Five, I think they got a little bit ahead of themselves. Their lineup is good at run in, get a kill, run out. If it's a full-on team fight where the Kunkka is in front, you are going to be losing it at this point. You need more damage, you need the OD and the puck to have some of the damage items there, and without even the Witchblade being ready, now it's ready, they couldn't even touch him. So I think HYDRA, they understand this mid lane tower, it's not gonna fall, and you need to find other ways to bring it down. Go to the top lane, force rotations, and then go to the mid lane, because this way it's just gonna end up in a disaster again and again.
Yeah, I just want to point one thing out. If you look at the mid tier 1 tower where they're just smoking around, I didn't realize that you can actually teleport here into these crystals, and it will push your hero over here. So you can continue farming inside the jungle. I didn't know you can actually teleport that far, and then the model gets pushed away, so you get like extra few seconds. You save like maybe like if you want to farm the triangle, you potentially save like an extra second. Meanwhile, the Void Spirit, he's already getting punished here. He's got another jump on the Astral Step. He's gonna move away. Spirit Breaker never gets his ulti off.
This is a good move from Fantastic Five. Sure, it doesn't work out in kill-wise, but at least they go towards the bottom part of the map. And HYDRA, they don't want to stay here for a long time. They run towards the Kunkka. They're aware they might attempt onto Blizzy right now, making the game chaotic. Getting kills left and right is something Fantastic Five need to do, so they will prevent it.
Yeah, this is a very desperate attempt as well. Lopez, he's ran into a 3-man gank squad too, so he's going to have to move himself back to safety. Doesn't quite work out for him there.
This is now a tough one from Fantastic Five. They know that their Medusa is farming, and sure, she can be very, very strong. But you are up against the PL. The best item that you can get against the PL as a Medusa is going to be the Butterfly, and we see that Realm isn't really looking towards it right now. And of course, this PL is going to be spamming out his Spirit Lance so much because of the Coddle when the game does progress. So you are like, we're farming with the Medusa, but the rest of our heroes aren't accomplishing what they should be accomplishing, and that's a problem. That's why they're trying.
Lopez, the bait has been sprung. Vazia. Bubble save. He's got Blink. He's got the Meme Hammer, but he's very low on mana too. Only 2 points as well in his passive, so I don't think Vazia wants to go in for this.
Radiant's middle tower is
He's thinking about it. It's a charge. Almost going through to Muka. Roche is also intervening in between. No bash this time.
At some point, Fantastic Five might give up on these things just to slow down the game. Maybe get HYDRA a bit sleepy. You know, if you slow down the game, then you're not expecting you get a little bit too aggressive on the map. It could be something that they're looking for. So we might be looking at a very, let's say, boring game. Something where there's not enough action. Though Fantastic Five, they're not gonna let go just yet. Again, they'll go for a smoke, and with the best 2 heroes to catch people with.
Yeah, OD has been farming all this time, pretty much. Medusa doing the same. So that's actually surprising that the OD is doing so much farming right now. But he also knows that his hero doesn't hit creeps the best, unless with the Meteor Hammer. So surprisingly, he is in the top 3. Usually at this point, you're like, is this OD going to start falling off in farm, like being 4th or maybe even 5th? It's not too far away from that, too, because you got heroes like PL and Puck right behind you. HYDRA, though, want to hold on to their top jungle side. Lopez might end up losing some of his wards. They just freshly placed these down. Muka's also going to be there. He pops a ward down onto the cliff, but he doesn't know that it's been found. Now he does. Charge in mid, though. Very lonely Coddle here, getting charged in. They also got the PL coming in, too. Medusa using the Mystic Gaze pretty early on. Zayat, he's going to get punished. He's going to get bumped down. And now we got the boat with the X-Bar connecting onto Realm. Realm going to be taking a lot of damage on the Medusa. Also the Terrorize from Muka. Tower's still up. 100 HP remaining. They're not focusing at all. They're just pushing HYDRA heroes away. Now they get the tower out of the way. Lopez with another charge onto the Kunkka. Kunkka's going to go down, too, and 2 kills for Fantastic Five, along with the tower. Getting the Kunkka kills pretty big for them. That's going to be a lot of gold for them.
When he was isolated, it was perfect. And that Tombstone surviving for the entirety of the fight, they don't even put it deep. They're like, we just want zombies on the Kunkka. We want him not able to move. And with the PL not being close to deal with the Tombstone, they just couldn't go forward. Now,
it's fine.
It's gonna be fine, and this is something I like when you bring your carry. This was a very risky play from Fantastic Five. If their carry dies, it's disastrous, right? This Medusa is having a good game. If he dies, it's really, really bad. But the other four just aren't accomplishing that much on their own. So you bring your carry and you're like, I'm gonna help you, I'm gonna open up the map for you, and now it's easier for Fantastic Five to make plays. The mid lane tower, that's the most important one when it comes to hunting people. And for the puck and the Spirit Breaker, that's exactly what they need to do.
Also, Fantastic Five, the only tower they've lost was during that tier 1 tower trade from top to bottom. So HYDRA doesn't really have any map control established except for that deep ops ward placed inside the Radiant jungle. That's pretty much all they have. They have a decent lineup for taking Roshan once they have the items for it. Fantastic Five has the same thing, so both teams recognize Roche is not the objective. They don't have to worry about it. Meteor Hammer, though, does come flying through, and the Kunkka is also being covered by a Shadow Amulet, thanks to Zayats, who's building a Glimmer Cape. So they won't be able to jump on this one. Still kind of poking and prodding.
Yeah, that's the idea of what the HYDRA need to do. Go in, see where the heroes are, get out. Go in, see where the heroes are, get out. And,
oh, mid though. They might be too deep. They might be too deep now because Kunkka's also here, blazing in the trees. What's Vasyop? Oh, this guy has got absolutely no fear. Oh, he got free tower damage on the tier 2 tower. That's something I haven't seen any player do so far in such a risky spot. Vasya, he's just basically, he's tempting death. I like that. I like that. Tombstone tanking the tower. It's gonna take a couple hits. 32 hits required to destroy it with the tower, so Zayats spotted in the tree, sentry down, there's the charge. Yeah. We talked about him being a professional tower defender. Well, Fantastic Five knows it.
Yeah, it's not hard to know what Zayats will be doing. This is something that he loves to do, and this is the thing. Ever since the mid tower fell, HYDRA, it's harder for them to play, and now it's a race against time. Will the Medusa get super strong? I'm expecting Manta into Butterfly, and then just standard ground. Though she is kind of low in terms of HP. We'll see what Realm decides to do. I kind of think the Butterfly is a necessity against the PL, but we'll see. Dream is going for a Manta, and as I said, it's a race against time. Can your Medusa get so big that she can stand her ground and HYDRA can't do anything before the PL is at that mass where he can just continue spamming the Spirit Lances and have enough to deal with the Medusa? I kind of feel like HYDRA is still in a good spot, but Fantastic Five, with these towers falling down, they actually opened up the situation for themselves to get strong enough, and now they can kind of force HYDRA to fight around the Roche if they want to.
Well, fighting around the Roche, fighting inside the top jungle. Zayats with the Blinding Light able to cancel the charge from Lopez. HYDRA still keeping an eye open. They're sitting under a ward. Deira is going to get X-Marked, torrented into the air. No boat, though. Thinking about it. A bit of a Roche bait here at the same time. Tombstone inside the pit. They're actually going to start Roshing here. HYDRA, what's their response? Zayats could be throwing in some more Illuminates into the pit. This should reveal that Roche is going on. Deira takes a lot of damage out of this one, Zayats.
And Tombstone almost dead. You have to bail right now.
Yeah, they bail.
So you know that HYDRA can't take it, but you got it to half HP, and with the next Tombstone, that's an unfortunate bash. With the next Tombstone, you could go to finish it off. And HYDRA, they have to be in the vicinity, but Dream, he doesn't want to be a part of it. He finishes the Manta, going for the Aghanim Shard right now. No one's showing on the map, so he needs to bail. But overall, I think Fantastic Five, they have a clear idea of what they need to do. Force the enemies to fight in an unfavorable position, and that's definitely around the Roche pit.
Now the Manta's also ready on the Medusa. Still hasn't revealed what she wants to build second. It's gonna be a Daedalus, so they're recognizing that they need more damage. You said that he might need more stats. I do kind of like the idea of still having the Undying in your team with a lot of heals. Askol's gonna get coiled in the top lane, though, with a charge from Lopez. Goodbye, Askol, and the Void Spirit is gone.
This is a weird one that he's out so deep. I guess you have to be because of the Roche. And this is a tough spot for them. Again, the charge.
Yeah, they can't really charge into a Bramble Maze. But they've opened up Roche for themselves. They can go for attempt number 2. And you can see that they're positioning the Roche right next to the pit because the Tombstone's too far away. Though, there's another charge into mid. They found Dream. 1700 HP that they need to burn through. He's sitting under a sentry ward. Getting pushed around. Vasya tries to find the prison, but doesn't quite find the PL in time. Bit of damage onto Medusa. Medusa now being focused here. Thrown into the air with the Torrent. Mana pool almost completely gone. Another prison save. Look at the positioning from Fantastic 5. They're inside the river. They're on the low ground. They need to bail. They need to blow the gaze to get themselves out of there. Still being slowed up. 100 movement speed. Puck trying to keep them away and successfully retreating is Fantastic 5. But Roche is still being pinged.
And here comes now the biggest problem for Fantastic 5. They can't deal with illusions. They just have no AoE damage. The Puck is the only one that does something. The Medusa split shot, it's not enough. You will lose your mana, and that is your strongest hero. He's not going for a Skadi. He's not going for a Butterfly. He's just going straight into damage. And that might be the way to deal with it, but I would still love to see a Butterfly on Realm and get an Aegis. Try to force something to happen. Because this right now, it's definitely not working. They would love to get this Roche, but HYDRA are finally at a spot where their PL can fight, and now he even has the Aghanim shard, so it's going to be even tougher with even more illusions coming out from Dream.
And that's got again the same spot in the top lane. They've got the dust, they've got the vision. He's going to be leashed for a couple seconds longer. Do they have the burst? Yes, they do. Maureen's going to be there to throw in another nuke, and that's going to be a secondary kill. But is it going to be enough, though? Blizzy's coming in as well. The Terrorize into the boat. Will connect onto the OD. OD still 1500 HP that they need to blow through. They got the prison save, too. Dara moving around as he is also getting pushed away by the Spirit Lance from Dream. And these Diffusal Blade illusions are definitely hurting the supports. Another OD prison. Vasya able to blink out and TP back to safety. Nope, not gonna happen. Gets rooted, but do they know about it? Do they know about it? Muka sees him.
Oh,
yep, they found him. Another prison save. He's gonna be able to dodge both the Shadow Realm and all. He still blinks out of it. How does he do it? Still the Tinker Ward on the cliff. That's gonna be enough. Another prison, and he's gonna get Yules into the air. Doesn't get himself that Meteor Hammer to connect. And finally, the long chase has ended, and that is the second death for Vasya. They definitely made him work for it.
Yeah, they did, and they even placed down the Tinker Ward, which Fantastic 5 are gonna know about right now, but still, it's a problem. You didn't take Roche, you didn't force a big fight, you had some kind of an advantage, but now you don't. Now it's HYDRA all the way with the PL topping the network chart, and the Aether Lens will be coming out in no time. Even more illusions, and we've seen Fantastic 5 just can't deal with them. It's only 24 minutes into the game. What happens?
They could almost take Roche if they find themselves 1 or 2 big kills here, because the OD is still dead. They want to take some advantage of this top jungle, or even the top triangle, even in this case, as they put the ward down. Dara's in the lane. Yep, that's a quick kill. The Undying. And that should maybe even lead into a tower. Can't defend.
It's, usually these towers on your offlane aren't that important, but when playing around the Roche is everything, when you're the Radiant side and you don't want the enemies to take it, it's actually very important. So their triangle is going to be taken, and Fantastic 5 on the bottom lane, they're easier to catch. Sure, they still have this good team fight around the Tombstone, but we've seen the PL knows exactly what he needs to do in a fight. Kill the Tombstone, then burst down the mana of the Medusa. So HYDRA, they know exactly how to fight, and if they fight properly, if they don't go too deep, it's a tough one for Fantastic 5. Almost an impossible one, I'd say.
OD with only 3 points in his prison. He's going to have to almost instantly start casting the Meteor Hammer to be able to connect the stun. But with that duration, since it's not maxed out, everybody kind of knows how long the duration is on the level 4 prison. So when it's only 3 points, it kind of messes with your brain right now for HYDRA. They're missing some spells too.
Yeah, they are, though it's not going to be good enough for the Kunkka. He has some status resistance from the Halberd, so you can't really connect on him.
Yeah, you can't connect on him.
It's a problem.
Zayas in the river, right on top of a ward. They've revealed that location at least, that they have vision here. Lot of damage onto this Caudle. Another Bramble Maze onto the ground, and they will catch this Spirit Breaker and get him killed all the way through. Lopez is down, Medusa, there's the coil down too. They finally got the Caudle out of the way, but that's just the support. Now they've got the Gaze. Blizzy, he's the one tanking in the middle. Look at this guy tanking and soaking so many hits, and now he's even got the run buff too. And still, the fight for Fantastic 5, it could lead into something. Zayas with the buyback, coming in for the back too. They want to focus on the Caudle. They realize that he's the target to go for. They're going to get a dieback off the Caudle. Now another jumping coming in from Ascald. The Medusa in trouble, 20 HP. Vazia with the save. Is it going to be enough? The OD ulti too, and they might just get Hydra's Dream down. Dream is dead. Realm has got 70 HP on the high ground. He's walking out of this one, at least for a bit longer, but Ascald gets it in the end. Blizzy, he's trying to make a run for it, but Maureen, he is relentless. And look at this OD. Look at the work. Look at this effort from Vazia. Triple kill on the OD. And still Maureen wants to go for the full-on hunt against Ascald. Get some revenge on that. Puck doesn't get it, but holy damn. That's an OD.
Yeah, that's an OD. Vazia really doing some work in that fight, though. I have to point out, HYDRA, they played this fight perfectly up to a point where PL committed. You saw the Illusions literally single-handedly winning them the fight. He was on the high ground in the enemy triangle for the majority of the fight. It was only the Void Spirit going in and out, and of course, okay, the Zayat Caudle, he got caught out of position once. The second time, that was definitely a mistake coming out from him, even buying back. It wasn't really necessary, but overall, HYDRA, they knew how to fight, and I think the Dream is not going to be getting close with this PL anytime in this game. He thought, okay, now it's time to end the fight. Let's go in, let's crush them, and then he just goes down. And while he was just playing with Illusions, Fantastic 5 were losing that fight. They didn't know what to do. They were losing mana, they were losing HP, and they would have inevitably lost it if Dream had kept himself away. But in the end, he goes to commit, and because of it, they lose a fight. Fantastic 5. If they get a Roche, it's gonna be awesome, but it seems like they just don't have the resources right now.
I'm not sure if you noticed, but HYDRA was ready to go on with the game while Dark Willow was still disconnected. They unpaused the game. Willow was still disconnected out of the game. But hey, he's dead, so all good. Repause, let him connect into the game and go back again. But yeah, I agree. It's funny though, because a couple minutes ago you were saying that now PL is going to get out of hands, and we also felt it. We also thought like, okay, well, this looks like the turning point for HYDRA, and now they're just going to go their way, because how the division has been going so far is one team, they reach a breaking point pretty early on into the game, and they never let go of that lead. And then suddenly, Fantastic 5, they just found a new gear. They found their OD. They recognized their potential. He's been farming all game. He's been getting these big items, and now he's really a force to be reckoned with that Acronyms. He's got 2 points. He's got 2 prisons to place down. He's saving his allies. He's keeping his Medusa alive. He's causing chaos in the ranks of HYDRA. They're taking sustained damage from everywhere else while they're trying to get this Medusa killed. And Vazi's just smiling. He's just, you know, living the game right now.
And this Roche now is gonna be pretty fast. When all of them are attacking with the Arcane or pure damage, the Roche doesn't stand a chance.
That's so silly.
So now the thing is, can Fantastic 5 brute force down towers, Zayat?
Yeah, well, at this pace it definitely does look like it, because they're gonna find 2 quick kills maybe. Aeon is popped on Ascald. Item reveal and also a item pop. That's a long cooldown to work with, and now also the Aegis. So Medusa's gonna have some free roam. What's HYDRA up to though?
Well, now it's the thing.
Oh, Vazia found him. Vazia, what the heck? This guy, he sees them again, but it's gonna get down to the terrorize, and they lose. Locust, they lose Vazia too. Oh no, aggression gets punished, and Fantastic 5.
Goodbye.
I don't even know if I don't know what to say right now at this point, because it didn't really feel like a fantastic play in the end. This Fantastic 5 is just a dead 5.
Yeah, okay, dead 4. You know, you have this guy carrying the wishes of his teammates. You know, I got you, boys. I can do this all by myself, says Malorine. Though I'm not sure that he can. And this is the thing. Fantastic 5, they were unsure if they can keep poking against the PL constantly spamming the illusions. But you need to try, you need to see, and then pull back while you have all of your heroes. Protect the Medusa, and then get yourselves out. This kind of a dive, it is a team decision, for sure. It is for sure a team decision, but you're up against the Terrorize, you're up against the boat. It's not like HYDRA don't have a response.
HYDRA already loses half of his HP with this quick burst from Lopez. And he might lose a gem here. That's big. Blizzy wants to pick it up. He gets it. He swapped his medallion to his backpack, so he's able to snatch the gem from the ground. So instead of sacking his ally and losing the gem, he still waits for him to die and picks it back up. That's not bad.
An opportunist waiting for someone to die and then just pick up everything that he owned.
Yeah, but that's good.
That can't be dropped.
That's good though, because that gem is pretty huge.
True. It really would be big if Fantastic Five would get it. Then they have better vision. But still, after that dive, I still think that HYDRA are not going to be running in like madmen. Sure, if Fantastic Five run in like madmen, they will turn around and fight. But I still think Dream is going to have a pretty slow approach to the fight. He has the Octarine Core. Once the Scotty is done, how does this Medusa fight? You're playing against three range heroes on the side of Fantastic Five, 3 range cores, which are gonna be in so much trouble against that Scotty. It's just the perfect item for the game. And the Medusa, she's going for a BKB. That means you're like, okay, we're gonna fight for 9 seconds, but the thing is, HYDRA, they can just reset. The catch on Fantastic Five, it's not that good. You have the coil, but where's your damage to kill people inside of the coil? There's the boat, there's the Glimmer Cape, there's so many defensive spells, the Terrorize to keep you away. I'm just not sure about the item choices of Realm. I think Butterfly still would have been a good approach, even better than the Daedalus, and just to go forward with that Aegis. At least they're gonna force HYDRA to fight here in the bottom lane with this kind of a move.
Well, we're at the 31-minute mark. Half an hour has been played. HYDRA coming into the smoke from behind from Fantastic Five. Are they ready for this? Vazia gonna be fast with his fingers. Doesn't get hit by the surprise torrent, but now he's going to get surprised because there's a sudden Void Spirit on top of him, and he's not getting to play this game at all. He's just completely feared and pushed around, but he's finally got the save for himself. He pushes one out, Zayat's down, Muka's down too, double kill for Malrine, and they got the gaze. They've got the PL illusions cleared out of the way too. This Medusa is really, really strong. Dream is also getting punished inside the prison. They're going to lose a 3rd hero here, and even Muka with the buyback on the Willow. He's being chased up. He's got the Yules to throw in 1, but not necessarily enough because the vision provided with the illusory orb, they see the Willow, the instant charge from Lopez. Make that 3+1, as that is a dieback on the Willow, and Fantastic Five suddenly pushing your high ground. What is this game even?
That is a weird one from HYDRA, I have to say. The only way that you lose a fight is by committing. There's absolutely no way you lose a fight if you poke back. You can just stand behind your tower. You don't need a wraparound play. This is not what your heroes do, and because of it, they'll be punished now. Without the buybacks, this is at least a lane of racks.
Oh, Vayera might be dead, but it's still not gonna prevent this push from happening. A lot of work from Ascald. Wants to get Vazia 60 HP again, but that shard, it's making work. It's making work. The Kunkka even thinks that he's gonna be on the spot for the torrent, but hey, you can move inside that prison. You can reposition yourself and keep yourself alive a bit longer. And so the OD lives. And that means our bottom melee Rax is also gone, and Fantastic Five able to deal the first proper structural damage inside HYDRA's base.
Yeah, and it's pretty important, you know, given that the PL got to this critical mass where he could fight, but he needs people to be behind him. And that fight still around the Roche where he was on the high ground, I think that was the best way that Dream can play a fight. That is the way that you need to approach it. If you get pulled in, like, oh, we got the OD, let's kill him, he doesn't have a BKB, you go too deep, the OD survives, but even if he doesn't, you've just lost 2 of your supports, and then what? Then your PL is just a sitting duck without any protection whatsoever. So I'm really looking towards HYDRA to stop going for these aggressive plays. Just poke back. That is something that we wanted them to play from the start, and they're just not doing it. So Fantastic Five, they got their chance. They have a 1k goal lead. It's not that big, but the Raxes, the creeps constantly pushing in and opening up the top part of the map, because HYDRA, they need to deal with the bottom part. It's gonna be a big deal, especially for the next Roche.
Charge from Lopez towards the top lane. Doesn't quite pull it through to Ascald because he would have been all alone dueling against the Void Spirit. He wants to leave that one, at least for now. Net worth, we could actually take a look at the net worth graphs here. Bit of a dent dealt over here. You just see the 4K, 5K-ish lead for HYDRA. Well, it's no longer there. They're trying to get it back, though, with this smoke play. And that's the right hero as well, because Medusa is inside the jungle. He doesn't know. He's being hunted. He's going to get taunted, torrented. Everything's going to connect. And Realm is dead. That's a huge kill for HYDRA. Lopez tries to TP home. Is he going to get it, though? Yes, he does. Melreen trying to buy some time as well. But he's going to go all in with this Coddle here. He's even going to pop his BKB and go for the kill. Dara, meanwhile, taken down by Ascald. Another illusory orb into safety. Blink is available. Jumps into the trees. Teleports back home. So he gets a response kill. But losing the Medusa, that hurts.
That definitely hurts. This is the problem when your OD is not in the vicinity. So Vazia, at this point in time, I think he is either a tank or a save for the Medusa. You can't be away from her. You either need to eat that gank or be in a good position to save her. The Puck pretty much should be able to keep himself alive, especially with the BKB there. So I'm looking towards Fantastic Five, kind of keeping their heroes together, especially the OD and the Medusa. OD pretty much doesn't need any more items. The Ether Lens is nice, but it is not necessary 100%. So I'd like him to defend this Medusa at all costs. If she doesn't get the Stone Gaze off, that's the way that HYDRA can actually commit. And the only way that you do so is if the OD isn't there to save him. With double astrals, also with the shard, you're gonna be getting away. But the main thing I wanted to talk about is Locas. He will have an Aghanim Scepter. That's a 7-second cooldown on the charge, which means the PL illusions now they're somewhat dealt with. The Spirit Breaker is pretty solid at dealing with those. Sure, the Bramble Maze is annoying, but having it pretty much every 7 seconds, there is gonna be a chance for him to go through PL illusions over and over again and make sure that they're not annoying his teammates. So I like that Fantastic Five are getting some items that might actually allow them to deal with illusions. Also, Gleipnir on the Puck is a nice approach as well.
This time it is Fantastic Five with the smoke. 4 heroes popped in it. Realm will be pushing down mid, and a very aggressive move too from this Medusa. Ascald, is he sleeping? Nope, he's being the aggressor here. He's going to jump on the Undying, and Dara almost gets killed. He's still inside the prison. Moving around to safety. Blizzy going to be focused on Kunkka. Takes a bit of hits here. Terrorize load up from Muka. Doesn't quite go at Melreen. He's in the back line. He's surrounded by 4 heroes. Trying to look for the play here. He's got the coil down, but it's only connecting onto the Kunkka, and Blizzy's just holding his ground. He's fine with this. He's got these PL illusions working in the back realm. He's also trying to clear these out, while Melreen, his BKB's already run through, and they haven't dealt any proper damage onto HYDRA. They haven't done anything to these heroes, and they've already burnt BKBs and ultis, and Realm is losing to Dream. Dream with these illusions is doing so much work right now. Loki is able to get Syads. They want another fight breaking loose here with Blizzy and Muka trying to get this Spirit Breaker out of the way. Ascald finds him. And now they've got themselves one caught hero. Dream is going to be connected onto the Meteor Hammer. They were able to isolate HYDRA's heroes as well. The fight breaking in 3 different areas. And Dream's still out for a second. Still up with a couple hundred HP, but he's finally taken down. Ascald, buyback coming in for the PL. He realizes that this is super important for him to come back. Vazia, he's the one being targeted right now. He's going to take down Muka. He's prisoned himself up. He's going to dodge the stun from the Willow. Meanwhile, Melreen is down. Ascald gets this one. OD blinks to safety, and a chaotic fight. But who did actually win this one, Harry Freak? Because it feels pretty even. Though, buyback spent from PL is big.
In terms of gold, Fantastic Five should be happy with it. They also have a win condition right now in killing the PL. On the other hand, no one is going to be taking the Roche, so we don't have a clear winner. The one who takes the Roche is going to be the winner of, let's say, the fight. We are going to be looking at a very long engagement here that's going to be happening around the Roche. And it wouldn't surprise me if HYDRA just tried to force it out right now. There aren't many spells on Fantastic Five, and without the Puck, you're not going to be able to control the PL. So that's why they're going in. If they get it, it's definitely a HYDRA win.
Recognizing the need for this Roshan too. Vazia, does he recognize it? He's got the Meteor Hammer into the pit. Will connect onto these heroes. HYDRA feeling scared for a bit there too, because Blizzy also moves out, but they know the importance of it. Dream wants to go full on ham with it. He should be able to get this Roche. No contest coming in here from Fantastic Five, so even with a buyback up, he will still get a secondary life.
Everyone has a shard. Look at this. Every one of them has a shard. So not really the most value out of the Roche, but still, it's not they got the Aegis onto the PL. I'm not sure Fantastic Five if they have enough in the tank to kill the PL twice. You know, you use the coil, you kill the backlines, and usually you just try to finish him off with the meteor hammer. But then when you don't have anything, when you don't have Sanity's Eclipse, the meteor hammer, when you don't have the coil, no stone gates, I don't know if you can kill him twice.
Oh, poor Zayats. He does not get the chance to live at all. Coil onto the Kunkka. He popped his BKB with the halberd there. He's got status resistance. He's holding alive a bit longer. Marine pops his as well. He wants to continue right-clicking this Kunkka down. Lopez is there with a splitting charge connecting onto not just Blizzy, but also onto Askel. And they finally take the Kunkka down. Kunkka coming in with a buyback. Now Realm trying to make some work down here as well. Askel moving around. Blizzy coming in with a buyback. And he's in the fight. Dream is hiding in the trees now, but needs to try and go for the BKB TP out, and he will do so. Lopez with his Shadow Blade. Hiding in the trees for now. Charging away. Slowed down. X mark off cooldown. No. Still on cooldown for half a second. And Lopez is out. It's going to be eternally halted by this illusion.
That's real strength, right? Running through all of your opponents, just bulldozing through. Lopez just shows them who's boss.
He got
who
the fusel bladed and everything.
Yeah. They just couldn't stop him. And, he just goes towards the top lane. He even clears the waves. And HYDRA, they did win that fight, but again, it's on the defensive. Their ability to push not gonna be that great. And the Aegis, it's getting lower and lower, you know?
It is, and it's funny to say that they did win the fight, but they had to burn a Kunkka buyback for it. And now that's... I don't feel they have many buybacks even remaining at this stage. It's just the Void and the Willow. Bazia has to pop his BKB to be able to teleport out of this one because he's being surrounded by enemies. He thought that hero is going to be alone in the bot lane, but nope. The whole team is there.
Someone needs to get a basher on the side of HYDRA. This is just being super annoying. BKB TP's out. They don't have enough damage to bring people down. He didn't go for the crit, obviously, on the PL. They don't really need damage. They need ways to keep people in place, not to allow them to leave. And those BKBs on the side of Fantastic 5, they're actually the best used for a, okay, we are losing this fight, BKB TP out. For now, it's successful. And the Dream, how long until this buyback? 4 minutes, 2.5 on the Aegis. That's a minute and a half on Fantastic 5 where they can go in.
Good read from Ascult. He's got the Yules on the Spirit Breaker. Combos are there with the boat. The damage should be sufficient. Really nice play there. Ascult, he recognizes the charge coming in from the Spirit Breaker, throws him into the air with the Yules, and combo isn't up. Now Dara is also down, and that's also some free money for Dream because he takes down not just one. No, he didn't take another Tombstone. He still has it on off cooldown. But a bit of extra dodge.
That's a 1500 swing, given that he got the gem. He got 650 gold for the Undying kill, and then plus 200 on the Tombstone. That's a lot of gold going the way of HYDRA. Obviously, in 40 minutes, it's not gonna matter that much. Without the supports, Fantastic 5, they can't fight. And HYDRA, I assume they're gonna be going in and out right now with so many illusions. Again, Fantastic 5, they don't have a great deal with
Look at this Phantom Lancer. Like, he's got Octarine, Scotty, Heart, Mantha, all of this tankiness, all of the stats he really needs. And with that Aegis, he can still have himself that extra life. He's gonna potentially even lose it here. He's very low on HP, and he doesn't have the heart to bring out his regeneration out. He might just swap an item out for it. Honestly, I would just move the Diffusal Blade back into the backpack and heal himself up for the time being.
I mean, the boots were pretty much unnecessary there, but they get the tower. That was the main idea. Maybe that was why he didn't want to use the heart. Really doesn't give him the damage, and the power treads, they do allow him to spawn more illusions to attack faster. So that's probably why he went for it. All of the other towers will fall, but still, in terms of map control, Fantastic 5, this bottom lane is still gonna be annoying. The X-Kunkite can only do so much. Blizzy will push it out, but still, HYDRA will have to move out, and Fantastic 5 will be waiting for that moment to get their triangle back. They need this bottom lane to push, and we can see a line already being drawn by the Undying. As soon as someone TPs there, there's gonna be Fantastic 5 going for a smoke, and they might even try to find a way to initiate when the X is going through. They're making lines towards the bottom lane. A smoke towards the bot would be okay for the side of Fantastic 5, but do they have a Yules? They don't have a Yules. That's a problem. Not being able to break the X is something that you would want to do, and they send the Void Spirit with the Boots of Travel. So HYDRA, they will deal with this slowly and immediately smoke. This is a good time to get out.
Does. Kunkka now picks up a Penta-Edge Sword too, and I'm looking at two heroes who have not killed any heroes. So obviously Caudle being the other with 0, 15, and 6. But Medusa hasn't killed anyone this game. Maybe now. Maybe this is the time to shine, because Hydra inside the pit. Fantastic Five still considering their options. They know that this is the Clifford vision. None there. Vasya in between. Everybody goes in. He's got the prison for himself for a little bit longer. Able to dodge the stun. Malrine, they're going to take down Zayat side. It's going to be the first casualty of the fight. Ascol in the middle. They're going to get the taunt at least. The BKBs will be burnt as well. Please, he's going to get stoned in the middle of this team fight. Now pops his BKB for the run. Still keeping himself alive a bit longer, and that Torrent is doing a lot of work, or at least the wave crash. They're pushing them away. Ascol, on this will be Pop Vasya. Another G-man stun from Ascol with the talent. Don't to dissimulate. Dream, Realm out in the middle. Locas coming in with the buyback. That's the first one for Fantastic Five. Please, he's almost down to just 20 HP. And this is the one. This is the fight to win. Fantastic Five, can they take this all away? They're going to take down the Dark Willow. Ascol's going to be charged too. Dream's going to take a double kill. He's taking down the OD. And now, do they buy back on the OD is the big question. Dara still being pushed around. Puck is being taken on a 1v1 with the mid players here. The big duel. Locas with the charge. Dream gets a triple. Ascol down. Finished off with the Gleipnir of all things to get the last hit in. And Ascol's gone for 95 seconds. Locas, he just bought back. He needs to charge out. He gets a quick stun for himself, but he is dead. That's going to be a dieback. He's not going anywhere. Malrine, oh, he's spotted too. He's right next to the PL. He's to get quickly the heck out of there. Should be able to, though. He is out. What a fight again.
Yeah, what a fight. And it's always long fights, but I don't know. Vasya, he is just going deep every single time. And I actually think that might be the right choice. Considering that this PL, if he continues spamming illusions, you lose a fight 100%, you know?
Yeah.
This way, you at least have some chances of winning. They're not good, but they are some chances. And now, with the Butterfly onto the PL against the Medusa, against the OD, against the Puck, Dream is untouchable. He can actually decide to go in on the fights right now. He doesn't have to, and I would still be cautious if I was him, but he can definitely go in. There's no way they're going through 40 armor, 37 armor, 4.6k HP, and of course, you now have the evasion as well. Fantastic Five, without the Spirit Breaker, their ability to kill these illusions, it does not exist, and this is looking like it could be the end here for Fantastic Five.
Yeah, the main point you brought up from the OD, it's like Vasya is playing like a Mars or something. Like, he is really being the frontliner guy. PL is going to get leashed up for a little bit longer. Coil break, big long stun, but can they find him? They find him finally, but the stun from the boat is there. Now Dream wants to turn this whole thing around, and a beautiful stun connecting as well. Fantastic Five held in place for a bit longer. Dream is still full HP, and now there's too many illusions to deal with. They can't find the right one. Medusa's getting controlled, pushed back, prodded, poked, and everything. Pops the Satanic for a bit of healing, but it's not gonna be enough. And Fantastic Five, they have outlived their lives, and Hydra inside the base, able to get themselves another lane of racks, potentially even look at towards ending this game, because there's no Medusa for 90 seconds, Harry.
Yeah, there's too many of them. There's just too many. It should be a 5 versus 5 game. This is just not fair. Dream bringing so many friends. They all look alike as well, and you just can't find the real one. Dream is way too big right now. He can actually commit into the fights, and there's nothing they can do. Even a full stun from the coil, and they couldn't even touch him. The Butterfly is too much, and 60 seconds without the Medusa. We're probably gonna see Fantastic Five jump in, but it's gonna be a jump that's probably not going to work out too well.
Another charge attempt, getting a bit of damage onto Ascol, but not enough. He's even moving his Aeon Disc into the backpack just so it doesn't accidentally pop on the first abilities thrown into him, because he needs it for the big team fight. He got the Undying, now controlled, being taunted up, hexed as well, into the Lotus Orbs, gonna hex the Kunkka as well. Locas on the low ground though, the Spirit Breaker's in trouble, and Locas is dead, and that's gonna be a 3 versus 5. Mega creeps inside the base, Odie able to push himself to safety, but Dream is there with the BKB pop from Malrine, trying to look for a quick kill onto the Caudal, but that's only slight relief, because this Puck is still taking a heck of a lot of damage here. Dream does not give up the relentless charge, Odie being controlled as well, with the Terrorize is there, the boat connection too, the Fear's gonna run out, but the stun is there from Ascol, and they will take down Vasya. Dara coming in with a buyback on the Undying, but it's just 2 versus 4, and Dream still unanswered for. Nothing that they can do against this PL. Medusa finally respawns, and now what do they do? What do they do? 2400 HP, 1900 mana, BKB is there, Satanic is there, their damage needs to be sufficient because their Ancient is now open with the tier 4 towers down with the Hex. Joe's flying through onto the Medusa. Medusa's not going to get anything out of Medusa's gone! That's it! That's it! GG is called, and Fantastic Five have nothing. against HYDRA in the end in this game 1. It was a battle, it was a brawl, it could have been anybody's game. But with this Phantom Lancer becoming a bit of a big problem for F5, they have to tap out.
This is one of, if not the tankiest carry hero in the game, just so you guys know, the Medusa. I know it didn't seem that way, but this hero is really, really tanky though. Dream, he just cuts through everyone in the end. It was pretty much a PL show. Pretty much an illusion show coming out from Dream. He didn't even commit with his hero that many times. The times he did, he gave a chance to Fantastic Five. But even with so many mistakes, HYDRA, they clearly destroyed Fantastic Five in terms of tactics in this one. I don't even want to say the draft. They knew exactly what they were doing on Fantastic Five. Their idea was, let's jump them, go in. They didn't think about, okay, how are we going to itemize against this? How are we going to play against this? They were just like jump, and HYDRA, they knew exactly what they needed to do from start to finish. And when you have a tactic set up like that, it's very hard to lose.
Definitely is, but it does give a bit of a bright glimpse of Fantastic Five, because they had an all-right early/mid game for themselves too. They just couldn't really get much out of this Medusa in the end. I feel like the rest of the team, Vazia was a really, really good glimpse of bright hope, you could almost say, for Fantastic Five, who have been struggling in DPC so far with not scoring enough victories. They only won 1 series so far. I feel like he sits pretty well in with this OD. What else can this guy provide? I guess we're going to find out in the second game. Are we going to see another OD? Does he get banned? What's he going to pick? Well, we'll take a tiny break, and we shall return with the second game of the series.